we've basically shown Brisbane. The people in Brisbane are not going to stand still and watch people being butchered in the Middle East, especially not when the butchery comes from people who have been armed by friendly governments to Australia, like the United States. Because as one of the previous senators said, it's the United States that stands behind all these dictators. If not the United States, it's France. If not it's France, it's Italy. All these colonial powers want to keep control of North Africa. They want to keep control of the Middle East. They want to keep control of the Gulf states because they want the oil. They want the oil.
The bloody oil.
The bloody oil. It is should be a blessing for the people of the Middle East. Instead, it has been a curse. It's been a curse because oil has been the reason for the domination by the United States and before them the British of the whole Middle Eastern region. Oil is a great prize, and Libya is one of the jewels in the crown. That's why George Bush, that's why President Obama have been so friendly with Gaddafi lately. After years of denouncing Gaddafi as being a great villain, they now regard him as being a proper Western power in the region. That's why they're arming him. That's why they're giving him all the aircraft. That's why they're giving him all the munitions. That's why they're training his officers. That's why even now, President Obama, who just 2 years ago said he welcomed the wave of democracy in the Middle East in his Cairo speech in April 2009, where's Obama now? Obama's standing up full square behind the dictators. Obama's behind Mubarak. When did Obama say to Mubarak had to go? After the bastard had gone. He wasn't calling for democracy in Egypt. When did Obama say to Ben Ali in Tunisia had to go? After Ben Ali wasn't a flight out of the country. What's Obama saying about Libya today? He's denouncing excessive force. But is he saying that Gaddafi has to go? No. He's not calling for Gaddafi to go because he knows that Gaddafi has become a reliable Western stooge in the region. That Gaddafi can be relied upon to support the so-called war on terror against Muslim forces in the region, against people essentially who want Libyan people to control Libya, against Egyptians who want to control Egypt, against people in Algeria who want to control Algeria, and not have the countries dominated by US-backed dictators who want nothing more than to control the oil, to control the Suez Canal, to control the great prize of all, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, the Gulf states, the oil supply for the United States economy. So President Obama is a fraud. He's a fraud, an utter and complete fraud. The man who entered office in change we can believe in. What kind of change has Obama brought? The same old dictatorship that George Bush and Clinton before him supported. What kind of change is this? It's no change. The people who've been brought about change in the Middle East have been the protesters in Tahrir Square, the people in Benghazi, the people in the streets of Tunis, the people in Bahrain who are demonstrating even now, the people in Sudan, even Saudi Arabia, where the construction workers have struck for better conditions and eventually to bring down the Saudi monarchy that basically installs a dictatorship across the whole region with the backing of the United States. So we can't have any faith in Obama. We can't have any faith in the European Union because these people stand behind the dictators 110%. When the dictators are flying their planes out in fear of their lives, only then does Obama come up and say, oh yes, a good transition is happening. The only transition they want is the least possible transition of all. They want to protect the dictators to every last moment. And when the situation tips over and becomes untenable, they want to prop up the whole regime without the dictator. They want to find another dictator to take their place. Look what they did with Egypt, with Omar Suleiman, the chief torturer-in-chief of the Mubarak regime. They tried to put him in place at Mubarak, but the Egyptians were having none of this. They said, we're not going to replace one dictator by another. We're not going to be a pawn in the hands of Western imperialism. We're going to determine our own future. We want a future of democracy, of freedom, and we want a democracy where it's not just one person, one vote, but a democracy where the poor can eat, a democracy where the poor can work, a democracy where the poor have homes, a democracy where the poor are not reduced to beggary by the thieving and corruption of their regimes and the looting of their resources by Western banks, by the IMF, by the World Bank and by the American administration. A true democracy means not just getting rid of the dictators. not just getting rid of the military chiefs and staff. A real democracy means genuine economic emancipation for the people, a full belly, a solid house over their heads, a job to go to in the morning, food they can afford. They're not going to get any of these as far as the Americans are concerned. They're not going to get any of these as far as the IMF and the World Bank and the European Union is concerned. The only way they're going to get these is doing what the Egyptian people, the Tunisian people, the Libyan people, the Bahraini people have been doing over the last 2 months. To get out of the streets, to go and strike, to bring these regimes down, and to chase Obama out of the Middle East now.